So last time we found that having the print statements in a function, it has terminated our program, right? So the print statement we wish to activate to see the working of our algorithm. Let's do that thing in a subroutine, right? So in order to convert that one to a subroutine, let's change this word to subroutine, and I have to provide a name to the subroutine. I say calculation, and the input and output arguments should be written inside the parentheses, right? So the value will be stored in the variable cal exp, right? So the variables have been defined. Cal exp, it is initialized to 1 plus x, then term is initialized to 0. This is fine. Okay, then denominator 0, numerator 0, and 2 to 7. Let's activate this print statement and print the value of I, means the outer loop value, index of outer loop. Then in the inner loop for j, let's activate this print statement, that is to see the value of j, and then the value of denominator, right? So we have to see whether in exp function, the denominator, which is equivalent to factorial, it is computed correctly or not. Then the term is computed as numerator over denominator, where numerator is x raised to the power I, somewhere here, x raised to the power I, and the denominator is I factorial, right? And the calculation is updated. Continue another print statement that is kind of at the end of the subroutine, and return, and instead of end function, I will write the word end subroutine, and instead of this one, this is the name of subroutine. So subroutine has been introduced instead of function, right? To see the function calculations inside the function, right? And the same thing, we have to make a synchronization between subroutine and the main program. So, okay, this is a variable. We will get a value of this thing. So instead of with a variable as a function argument, this is not possible. Rather, we have to use here a statement which is call subroutine. No, the keyword subroutine is not required. We require the call calculation access and the variable, any variable, out call ex, right? This is a slightly bad practice. Then I'm using the same variable in the main program and the same variable in the subroutine, right? It's okay, but it may create some problem from the understanding point of view, right? So now I'm in the main program, I'm reading a value, a real value, and a calculation which is to compute exponential function. So I will get the value, and I will compare that value from the inbuilt function provided by Fortran library. And with the subroutine, I have activated some print statements to see whether the calculations are being performed correctly or not, right? So inside the subroutine, inside our subprogram. So let's run it. I'm already in the working directory, working in the working directory. So compile test exp.for expo test exp is to test the exponential function algorithm, right? .exe. So luckily, the program compilation is successful, but it was successful earlier as well. But the program crashed during the execution. So let's hope for the best. Looking for a value of xs. So let's provide a value 0. So we expect 1. exp of 1, exp of 0 is 1. Okay. So at the bottom, we have got the answers. Okay, answers are equal. Let's see the calculations. Here we have the calculation of the terms of Taylor series expansion. 1 plus x was initialization. So I was initialized to 2. And j values run from 1 to 2. Okay, this is correct. And denominator was updated from 1 to 2. So 2 factorial, 2. The next step, I was 3. And then j was equal to 1. Denominator equal to 1. J was equal to 2. Denominator was updated to 2. And with j value equal to 3, the denominator was updated to 6, which is 3 factorial, right? So in this way, the calculations have been performed. So you can say the denominator value 4 factorial is 26, 5 factorial 120, and 6 factorial 720, and so on 7 factorial 5040, right? So that is the strategy to see what's going on, how your calculations are performed within a program. And if the function does not allow print statement, we can a short hint. Don't get back to the first algorithm program, convert it into a subroutine structure, which is from programming point of view, a more generic structure, right? So with the message, from our experience, we have learned print statements are successful, are allowed in subroutines. They do not work well in functions, right?